So don't mind me, I'm just gonna buzz these houses at Mach 1 real quick. Should be pretty fun. And hello, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Welcome to Jack Pilot Aviation. I'm the Jack Pilot, where today we are going over the best free Microsoft Flight Simulator head tracker. That's right, free head tracker that you can use on your own time for Microsoft Flight Simulator or anything else. It works with a lot of other games as well, but Microsoft Flight Simulator, since I'm a pilot, I do that. So first, let's get straight into it. So first, you're going to go to github.com/opentrack/releases, and a link down to this will be in the description below. So when you go, it'll pull up this website right here. Now, OpenTrack 2024.1.1 pre-release, it has some pretty big issues, right? So this version is buggy. Get the 2023.3.0 version in case you run into errors. I just run the 2023.3 version, and then the 64 build will use the neural net tracker, which we'll get into in 1 second. But anyway, you're going to click on down below, which is the latest version, the OpenTrack 2023.3 version. I'm going to click on this, and we're going to go below, OpenTrack in these. This setup.exe. So when you click on the download, it'll populate on the top right of your screen. You go to downloads, and there'll be an option for you to extract it to a folder you want of your choice. And then the first thing you're going to do is boot it up. I would make a desktop shortcut just to make it easier for yourself. So make that desktop shortcut, and then let me load up the UI, and then we'll get into how it works and how to set it up. All right, now, so this, when you load up OpenTrack, this is what it's going to look like when you first go into it. This is what it's going to look like. So the OpenTrack 2023.3.0, and it should say default initial or not default any, the INI. So tracking not started. This is going to be where your camera populates, okay? And we'll get to all the settings in 1 second. So first, what you're going to do, this right here is going to be on Point Tracker 1.1. You want to switch that to Neural Net Tracker on that, and then Free Track 2.0 Enhanced, and then Excella is going to be that for the filter. Now for the profile, you can leave it on default.ini, since when you load up Microsoft Flight Simulator, it will automatically detect the game. So you do not need to make any certain profile for that. And then options, we're going to options and go under game detection. It'll automatically detect the game. Then we have the tracker, which is actually going to be your camera that you are using, okay? So in this configuration, we have the camera name, the Logitech C270 HD webcam. This is the one that I'm using. It's just a little cheap one off Amazon that I have. I think it's, $10, whatever it is. So the resolution is going to be what it's already outputted at. I would just leave it as is. The frames per second, I would put at 60. It's going to be the best regarding your camera, but again, if it doesn't go up to 60 frames, then it's not going to. Everything else you can leave the same. It doesn't need to do anything with that. The filter, I left everything as is. So that is going to be it for that. And everything else regarding the output, I left as is. I did not click anything on the invert. You hit OK. And then now I go into start. Now it should automatically detect my camera. So I'm going to hit start, and it should populate at the top. Now it should be looking left and right, up, down, and that little octopus is a good resemblance of kind of what my camera is actually detecting, and what the software is detecting what I'm doing. So up, down, left, right, sideways, up and down. Oh, the up and down is my settings are different. But anyway, for the yaw, this is going to be, actually let me move this to the side and to the side. So the yaw is going to be left and right. It's going to be left and right, right? So as it goes further up, it's going to be more sensitive and allow you further travel. But if you want it less sensitive, you can just put it down here and it won't be as much. And then the pitch, we have up and down. There's going to be more input that I need to go all the way up. That's why it's that way. And I like these settings, just preferably for myself and the type of Microsoft Flight Simulator stuff that I do. But again, you can vary your settings based on each aircraft that you go into. And then the roll is going to be right here. Again, I don't use the roll as much since you're kind of looking left, down, upright, not necessarily rolling left to right. And then the x-axis is going to come across like this way right here. I use this just if I need to reach over to grab something else from the other FMS or type in something or whatever it is. This Y, I have it on the X. And the Y is the up down value. I don't know why sometimes it doesn't work for me, but you can ignore the Y value. It doesn't really matter that much. And then the Z or the Z, it's going to be the front and back. This I have one on the max setting, but almost the max setting, but it's further out just because it's less sensitive going as you go farther out. So these are all my settings regarding my camera and my setup that I have for Microsoft Flight Simulator. So again, it says unknown game up at the top right here because I don't have Microsoft Flight Simulator up and running or any game running, which is why. But you see, it should automatically detect the game since it started. Okay, so I'm going to stop this and then I'm going to hop in Microsoft Flight Simulator and show you guys what it looks like. Alright, so we're loaded into Microsoft Flight Simulator right here. We're in our Cessna 172 at St. Simons. So this is what it's going to look like when you go up. So now, we have head tracking on, right? But it's not started, so it won't detect the camera, it won't detect the game. But so here is what it's going to look like. You just log into Microsoft Flight Simulator, and now, before you log into Microsoft Flight Simulator and you have head tracking installed, I would go ahead and just restart your computer because I had to do this, but actually before it worked, and it worked fine ever since I restarted it once I got the software downloaded. So make sure to restart your computer if you're before getting into Microsoft Flight Simulator. If you didn't do it, then great, it's working, great for you. But I had to restart my computer. Now, going into this, we're just going to hit start. When I hit start, it'll automatically detect my face. So cool. Now, head tracking is started. So we're looking to the right, we're looking to the left. Everything's great, everything's dandy. We're doing down, up, everything like that. Sorry if my game is a little laggy. My computer's kind of crap in the bed, but that's okay. So we're down here. I'm looking at my throttle, my mixture, my yoke. I'm looking outside at my wing, everything like that. I'm looking up at the overhead panel. Sorry, there's no overhead panel. I'm looking down at my G1000 on my MFD. I can come over here and get closer. It's a little glitchy, but that's okay. So yeah, I'm still looking over here, looking at my instruments, looking down below, looking out left and right. So we're gonna start by increasing the throttle, do takeoff configuration, and I'm on the roll right here. Look, this is head tracking, open track. It works fantastic. So a little bit on the off the center line. I can look outside to the right, left, look at the birds that I'm going to hit on the window. So I start to pick up airspeed right here. I'm just going to start to slowly pitch back. So while I'm pitching up, I can go ahead and look outside. I'm just looking outside. I'm looking outside. See, this is very fun. You know, and the coolest thing about it is when you get into the F-18 and you're going Mach 1 over, 100 feet over the ground. It looks pretty cool. So we're looking at the runway. It's awesome. It's really a fantastic piece of software, and it's free. Again, not to mention it's free. So we're flying over houses and everything. It looks pretty cool. So now let's switch over to the F-18 and do some real flying with the head tracking simulator. Alright, so now you can see I have OpenTrack still on here, MS Flight Simulator 2020. Everything is tracking as properly. I'm going to go ahead and put this onto my second monitor. So look at this. This is pretty cool. I'm looking outside. We're at Fort Lauderdale Airport. I believe this is 10 right. So I'm just going to slowly start to increase the throttle down here. You see, I'm not even moving the camera. I'm just moving my head, and that's it. So we're going to go full power, everything like that. I'm looking left, looking right, outside. Really cool. So as we get in the air here, we're going to do gear up and then flaps up as well. So as you're going more than, anything more than 250 or 300 knots, it's really cool. You start to get really, intricate with how you're doing this head tracking. So it can be really fun if you're doing a coast a coastal flight like this. So don't mind me, I'm just gonna buzz these houses at Mach 1 real quick. Should be pretty fun. So we're already going about 580 knots right now, coming up on 600 knots at Fort Lauderdale, and I'm just buzzing all of these buildings. People are getting really mad at me right now. But this is going to be great also if you're in the airline world and you want to do airline flights. It's going to be great procedurally wise. It helps better with flows and increase the realism, especially when taxiing down on the ground. Kind of helps you get a better visual aid for what's going on around you. So this is going to be a really good head tracker, and again, it's all free. The Logitech C270, the one that I have, is going to be from Amazon. I believe it's, you know, 10, 15, something, $17, I believe. I don't know the price right now off the top of my head, but yeah, it's all completely free. So I will go over one last thing while we're flying over here. Let me decrease the volume just so you guys can hear me. So on the head tracking simulator, I'm going to go ahead and actually pause this right now. Lower the volume. So when I go on to open track right here, the most important thing is going to be your center key and your toggle key. Okay, so I have center, so when I'm looking over here to center, and then it will recenter as if I'm right here. Okay, so you have no issues. Your camera does not need to be completely front. So now I'm lined up straight. I hit center, and now it will recenter my head position with that. And then we have toggle. Toggle is going to be, you know, turning off and on the head tracker. So I just have as T, or toggle as T, simple terms. So when I hit T, it will toggle it off, and then I am free to do whatever I want. Then it won't be tracking my head movements. But when I hit T again, it'll do that, and it will be tracking my head movements. And then I can hit center, get fully configured, and then now I'm flying. So I can hit OK, it will track that, and then you can change all the yaw, pitch, and the roll for however way you want to do it. Then just hit OK at the end, and then you can see all of your raw tracker data getting inputted into the simulator, and then it also tracks your game data. So I'll put this over to the side, and I'm gonna buzz these houses at Mach 1. So until then, maintain VFR, frequency change approved. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will leave the tracker down in the description below, and then give a little bit of information on how to download, and then how to go from there. So I hope this video was helpful, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. I would very much appreciate it. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I would love that. It's going to be a great feat. I'm also on the journey between CFII, and I take my IGI exam tomorrow morning. So best of luck for me. Hopefully to get another 100 on my exam. Anyway, guys, until then, maintain VFR, frequency change approved. I'll see you guys in the next video. See you!